my delight to welcome you to the continuation of your news and current affairs program, TMI, coming to you live from our Lagos Network studios on the ITV network. I am Joshua Okata. Today on the show, we will be looking at the electoral reform with respect to the proposed bill by INEC in conducting the 2027 election without the use of PVC. The question is, with this new development, have we learnt anything from history? And of course, if this is anything to go by, what are the legal framework put together by the legislature if we are to resort to a paper slip system of electioneering? These are some of the pertinent issues that would be discussed on the show this morning. And I'm being joined by my guest in the person of Mr. Yemi Ajayi. He is a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Mr. Yemi, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right. There is this age-long saying that a people who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
True.
And given the fact that the 2023 general election, to Nigerians, it was a litmus test to show if truly we are ready for a free, credible, and, transparent election. And from the look of things, history has shown, especially dating from 2023 election, that Nigeria is not ready yet. In fact, they are not close to anything called a free and fair election. If my memory serves me right, the election that took place in 2023, a whooping sum of 300 billion naira was earmarked for that exercise, which Nigeria saw an innovation in the aspect of bringing in technology with the introduction of the BVAS machine, which authenticates votes and makes sure that whoever that is coming in comes in as a single voter. So there was no issue of multiple thumb printing, or even the case where we saw in a two-cycle election that took place in this country where underage voting was experienced. And INEC went about assuring Nigerians that the election was at max 70% success. But of course, in the end, we saw what happened. Even the EU observers gave the observation that the election was marred with so much irregularities, given the fact that so much was put in place to make sure that that election was successful. Don't also forget, the 2023 election saw a large turnout of youths coming out for the first time to cast their ballot. We also saw diasporans showing that confidence to return back to be able to exercise their franchise. But of course, we saw voter apathy. We saw threats to persons who even the security agents treated with kids' glove. We saw ballot snatching in different parts of the country. We saw mass rigging. Now, with the introduction of this new law, which we hope will see the light of day, where there will be no use of the PVC, how were you greeted by that news?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we should not hope that should be. Because going back to 2023, a little back, we all know in this nation, except we're lying to ourselves, that wasn't an election, it was an imposition. But let's leave that. What is INEC attempting to achieve is what we should ask ourselves. If we say that let's go and vote without PVC, we see what the bimodal verification accreditation, system did to us. So the question is, they said there's going to be a bill to be sponsored where you can have a computerized slip. Now the question is, what if that computerized slip fails that day? Which we all know what the issues will be. BVAS was well designed, tested, and structured. I followed INEC for one solid year before the election. On their various trainings, various things on their website, questioning, and to a large extent, I had confidence that, okay, this BVAS is the way to go. But again, Nigeria being what we are, if we want to get something, there's a way that will make the real thing look unreal so that we can achieve whatever we want to achieve. So with this coming up, I see electoral fraud. I'm just being very blunt and honest here. being designed. It is a grand design. Why that is, we have a system. It's just like telling me that, okay, you don't need a driver's license, you just need a computerized printout to be able to drive. So that makes nonsense of my driver's license. And if that is the case, after voting, what happens to my voter's card? And this computerized paper they want to print for people at the polling station and everything, how are you sure that they've not encoded at the back end to take your vote and come and tell you that by the time you're done printing, it's even useless? You see, we're in a country whereby you don't trust anything anymore, except you're just trying to handle the nationhood with kid's glove. So for me, I do not hope it's something that INEC should even think about at all. I think they should do more of electoral awareness, where they will make people from now, to ensure that every Nigerian has, a voter's card. And it's quite very simple. We have the NIN, we have the BVN. There are ways you can link this data, together, and tell people that you can pick your voter's card in your bank. Your voter's card can be sent to you. If you don't have it, you can apply for it online to be delivered to you. What's difficult in all these things? There's absolutely nothing. So, but if we have that system that it becomes so difficult, then we start questioning ourselves. We can even go as far as, at these polling centers, all these machines they are bringing, asking somebody, it's just like POS. Give all those people at the polling station a machine like POS. I'll slot in my voter's card. Then the people I'm to vote for will come. I'll just press a button, submit, I'll get out. So it's not difficult there.
Talking about obtaining the PVC, we saw the rigors, especially before the 2023 elections, where Nigerians were advised or urged to go pick their PVC. Up till this time, some do not even have their PVC. I never had mine, because when I saw the rigor, especially thinking of going to the local government as early as 5 o'clock to stand on the queue, which you are not even sure at the end of the day that you'll get your PVC. What is the possibility, given what you just said, that sometimes in Nigeria, we tend to make a process work by making it seem as if it will work. But when you decide to go into the process itself, you find out that there is some level of hiccups or bottlenecks that would make some certain effort compromise, so that illegality will have its way. What do you think could be done, just as you have said, in terms of legislating that the BVAS machine should be, or the PVCs rather, should be easy for one to access if you don't need to go to the local government?
You see, this thing is very simple. It's simple to the extent that you have my BVN, you have my NIN. It should be something that we should integrate data. If we are not even going that route, allow individual, what would it cost us to deploy an app? Deploy an app, enter your details. If you have an existing one you want to change, or you just go on that app, make it very secure, then I can apply for my PVC on that app, and I can tell them that I'm ready to pay, deliver to me. It's a business for the Korea people again. Do you understand? It's another line of business you have created for the Korea people and everything, and we're creating jobs. And of course, once I go on that app, I do my PVC. You see, human intervention is a means of fraud in all these things. Once you have an interface, the moment I'm putting my data in, it's verifying at the background. The moment I say submit, it's telling me that your data are, they are correct, you are verified and everything. Where do you want your PVC to be delivered to you? XYZ place. You don't need to leave your office, for God's sake. You can order for it. You can also walk in, and you have a date that they'll tell you that this thing is ready. Come and pick it. It should send you an alert. You will go there, pick your PVC, and go. You know why they make it difficult? It's because most people will want to tell you, by the time you get to where you want to collect your PVC, you see queues. Then that's when they will now create room for the rogues to come in and tell you that I can get you your PVC in 20 minutes. Give me 10,000, give me 5,000. You don't want to waste your time. You give them some money, you will go. What are we really building? Are we building a system, or we are building something that is not sustainable? You see, let me tell you one truth. These people know the truth. They know the solution. They know the right thing. But the evil, the greed, you know what I mean by national greed, GREED, will not allow people to do the right thing. And I keep telling people, to what extent do we have to go this way? But I tell you something, Whether in this coming election or sometimes in the future, this younger generation that are coming, they will disrupt this nation for good.
Now, the Commission INEC claims that the reason for eliminating the use of PVC is to reduce electoral costs and, of course, streamline logistics to maximize or minimize the occurrence of PVC-related fraud. How true is this statement?
I don't think it's true. INEC is not being honest. I don't think it's true. For me,
don't you think that the production of this PVC is not cost-effective? Given the fact that as a nation we are bleeding, we need to reduce the cost of governance as we've been legislating. Does that not also apply to the Commission? What's your take?
What's the average cost of printing one PVC? How many eligible voters do we have in Nigeria? We have about 200 million Nigerians. We have the senior citizens. We have the children that are not up to age to vote. Now, let's say the total number of people that can vote in Nigeria is 100 million. And the cost of doing PVC may not be up to 5,000 naira. Multiply 5,000 by 100 million. Would that be up to 50 billion? Would that be up to 50 billion? It will not be up to. Let's even say it's 10,000 naira per person. 10,000 multiplied by 100 million of Nigerians. And some people already have. It's not everybody that is going to print. So let's say about 50% have already. Multiply by that 50 million Nigerians and tell me what the figure will be. So where is that 300 billion naira going into? Oh, they are going to have logistics, they are going to have all these things. We agree there will be logistics. But you see, at the end of the day, if they are properly audited, you discover that the 300 billion that was spent on 2023 election, maybe it's only 50 or 70 billion that they actually needed. Most people they are taking care of themselves, you know, and it's something that INEC should come and prove that they actually will need that cost is high, is something and all that. No. Let me also tell you, as loyal as Nigerians are, if you tell Nigerians that, see, your PVC will cost just like your your international passport, you pay for your international passport.
Sure.
If you tell Nigerians that, oh, to print your PVC and everything will cost you 5,000 naira or 10,000 naira, because of the interest of voting, people will pay. You understand me? People will pay. They will pay. They want to get their PVC and hold it and say yes. Like we pay for driver's license. And people will be willing. And some people, party can even sponsor them to go and have it. And all those things are there. So I don't think that is enough excuse. I don't think. It's something else.
Well, how do you explain the fact that the idea of voting without a PVC, as INEC claims, is a way to broaden the plan to incorporate technology for voter accreditation and also, or rather than relying on the computer-generated slip or digital method?
You see, Josh, the question we should ask is what's wrong with beavers? Are we jettisoning beavers before we go into this computerized slip printing? You see, the system, if you understand technology very well, at times the slip they print for you, not be the real slip.
Really?
Absolutely. I personally don't trust INEC. We can get there and the print and say, oh, everybody take computer printed slip and everybody takes it. In your mind, you have a computer printed slip and you are using it to vote. Meanwhile, you don't even know. You know, what is the security behind all these things? And if they are going this route and asking, to gather more people to be in the voters' net, as the case may be, why not strengthen the issuance of PVC and strengthen the beavers? There was nothing wrong with beavers then. Beavers was manipulated. That's I can allege. I don't have a proof. Do you understand? Why I say it was manipulated? Because there are times when you see figures at the polling booth at difference from what they are recording, and you start asking questions, what is the correlation? Why couldn't it work that time? I think we allow things happen in this nation without proper investigation. If people have come up to sue INEC for that beaver's failure, I think they will not be talking about this one now. But because they allow them go, so they believe that, they just take Nigerians for granted.
Some persons feel that the idea of shifting away without the use of the PVC is a way of edging out the possibility of an opposition unseating the incumbent, given the fact that everything was seen to be clear, especially in 2019, that the incumbent, as it were, the political ruling class, as it were, had no way of winning that election.
Absolutely.
Now, if this is any way to go by, Nigerians should kiss goodbye to a free and fair election. What's your take on that?
I agree, 100%. In fact, we're just is a rhetoric. We have already kissed good elections goodbye from the last election. We saw what happened. We saw violence everywhere. We saw all these things. And the judicial system that should be helping the system, they're not there. Everybody believes, including myself, that the judicial system is compromised. That's why the INEC, chairman could have the boldness to tell somebody go to court. He knows what's going to happen in the court. Now, with this coming to happen, you see, with what is happening in Nigeria now, with the level of suffering and pain that people are going through now, this administration has little chance of winning the next election. So they will have to strategize and do something.
So is the strategy part of the removal of the PVC from the way?
I actually believe so.
Talk to me about the issue of inclusion of diasporans. Some persons feel that the removal of the PVC is another opportunity of giving diasporans the opportunity to cast their ballot, because we saw before long that diasporans were not allowed to vote except you're in the country. Now, with this new innovation, it will give diasporan participation in the process. Whereas some say that this is more like a 1 step forward and a 10 step backward. What's your take on that?
50 million step backward. You know, see, Nigeria is a very complex thing. If you work with these people, their brain is, on a negative side, works 50 million times more than what you can imagine. Now, if we say that this allows diasporans to vote, I can tell you they can go and pitch tent with people from other countries and call them Nigerians to vote. How would you verify that? How would you verify that? How would you verify that somebody in Azerbaijan that is not even in Nigeria is voting and is calling himself Akinola Kunle? Meanwhile, the guy is a white guy somewhere. How do you verify all those things? Personally, you see, Nigeria needs to stand for something. Nigerians need to stand for something. We need to stand for our future. The future of the country is gradually just, I don't know what to say. Because I, personally, this current administration, I had belief in them. I had belief in them. Initially that, okay, based on track records, these are the things that we expect in this administration. But I will tell you, we all know what is going on.
When you talk about track record, what are you referring to?
We're just looking at, okay, this is somebody that has ruled the states and is done well for Lagos State. And I'll say that. You cannot take that away from him. Okay, he was also able to raise leaders, for other states, and we could see his footprints. But this is Nigeria. It just tells you that there is a case study that we should do about governing a state is not the same thing as governing a nation. They're two different things entirely. The question I keep asking myself is, what went wrong? Is it him? Is it the team? Is it who? And when things, Nigeria has not been like this before. I mean, I'm not a young person. I know as far as 1984, 1983, then when we were singing austerity. We didn't know that the austerity then was even graceful austerity. This is a disgraceful austerity. So it's just what the government can do, current administration, to be able to win the next election, is to find a way of reversing so many things and get back into the heart of Nigerians. Otherwise, they may have to play a game.
Now, the Commission is calling for a legal backing to this. So it seems like this is going to have a headway. This is going to be successful. Absolutely. Whether a cross-section of Nigerians tend to be in support of it. But what's your take when it comes to a legal backing, especially from the legislature?
Bam. The yes have it. That's just it. That's just it. We're running through a single party state. Personally, if it goes through the legal system, I don't see anything that will stop it. I don't. Who are the majorities in the House? Who are the majorities, along the route of approval of this legislation? They're all one and the same. It's just like telling a father and say that when I take this thing to your son, will your son agree? The son will agree now. Everybody will agree. We are running a system where if we all say yes, yes is yes. One person that has a dissenting voice may go down for it. So it's just very painful that I do not see anything that will stop it. If they want it, they get it.
But if it has to go through the legislature, the question is, are there some other parameters that can be put to checkmate the conduct of the election if we are to resort to the paper slip system, so as to reduce to the barest minimum any fraud-related case?
Okay. Let me open
so that we don't become pessimists. Let's, as they would always suggest, let's be optimistic in everything.
Absolutely.
Now, if this happens to be the new ideal, what do you think needs to be done to put some checks and balances if it happens that we go the paper slip way?
Okay, I'll tell you 3 things, experience I'm going to share with you. I'm a fraud analyst, I'm a risk manager, I'm an internal control expert by my training. Okay, you see, when you want to have an effective control system, there's something we call automated control. Anything that has human intervention, the level of control will reduce. Now, asking a question about the control to put in place in order to minimize fraud, who do you have to design that control?
Are you saying we don't have people to design that in Nigeria?
We have.
So the issue of who to
sit me down in one day, I'll design the control for you. But control is never effective where there is connivance. And the question is this: if we're using the paper slip, what kind of control do you want to put in place? Who is going to issue the paper slip, the computerized paper slip? Who is going to record the voting? And you see, the process is not what matters like the result in Nigerian voting system. It's not the process, it's the result. You may get the process right and they tell you different results. That's the truth. We've seen it happen in this nation. The process, we can put control in place, we issue computerized system, well printed, voting take place the normal way, the normal process, no violence, peaceful. You wake up tomorrow morning, polling booths A344 already counted where we were. We saw the various statistics and data. By the time you get to the center, they tell you that it has changed. What would you do? You go to court. So it's not the problem about the control. It's the problem about the results. Let us be very circumspect about this. We can put all the controls.
But they say it's garbage in, garbage out, isn't it?
Garbage in, garbage out.
Is it not what you put in, you're going to get?
In the normal balance. But in Nigeria, the more you look, the less you see. I'll tell you that we are wiser than AI in this country. We are more intelligent than technology. We just do garbage in, garbage out. The garbage out will come now. But with you see, the garbage out...
Is it a reflection of the input?
Absolutely. The garbage out is... we have the ideal garbage out. You have the declared garbage out. Which one are we talking about? Is it the declared or the ideal? If the ideal comes out, they say, this one, no, we declare X, Y, Z. You see, for me, this is my personal opinion, and I'm right to my opinion. I don't believe that, this kind of system. You see, if you ask me now, if you box me into a corner with a question, what do you think is the solution? The solution is simple. Let us have our voter system. Let us have what we call real-time data capture.
Which is the upload to the IREV.
The moment I go to polling station to vote, it's having no human intervention. Nobody is looking at anything. Once I open my app, I'm seeing it's counting. The number is counting. No human being anywhere is telling computer, no, slow down. It's working. And you have it working straight as everybody is voting in diaspora everywhere, Kano, Sokoto, Ekiti, everywhere.
Even if those people in diasporans are not Nigerians, as you say, you think that the process will still be credible?
If the people in diasporans are not Nigerians,
then how can the system detect that?
There should be, don't we have data of Nigerians in those countries?
How about those who absconded from the country without going through the legal means? How do you capture their information if they are to vote from diaspora?
They cannot vote. That is their disadvantage.
Even when they are Nigerians?
They cannot vote because they are illegal citizens there. They are staying there illegally. So they disenfranchise themselves by their process. So that one is a known case. But those that are legally staying in other countries, you know that we have their data. So at the point where they are voting, we can track.
I guess we're pressed for time,
Yeah.
but we'll definitely come back to this some other time to have a conversation around it. Thank you so much, Mr. Yemi Ajayi, Public Affairs Analyst, for coming on the show. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's our offering for you this morning. We do hope you've enjoyed every bit of the program.